Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rocky Hill Speedway, just outside of Porterville. We got a beautiful evening here. The sun's just starting to set in the west. And in the pit side right now, we're with California Raceway Video, your host here, Mike Mosier, the race doctor, and my partner, of course, Jeff Christensen. And we're going to be taking all of this action on video each and every Friday night, racing every Friday up here at 8 o'clock. All you racers make a venture up here. I tell you, they've done a marvelous new construction to the track. They got some beautiful lights. It's like Las Vegas out here at night. Also brand new clay wall in turns 1 and 2. They've cut it down a little bit, put a nice long wide bank in it, and made for some great competition last week. And the one that spanked booty last week in the hobby stock main event, the white number 6, Dana Ritchie. Dana, come on in here, bud. How you doing, Dana?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Great. Nice to see you. I tell you what, you look really great last week, like you're on a string. You got yourself up front and finally started checking out and running away with it. What'd that track feel like last night last Friday rather, after the new clay and whatnot?
Felt pretty good. Bottom really wasn't there for me. I had to move up to the top, middle to the top to try to run up there to get a bite. But other than that, the track was in real good shape for the first time out.
Well, you know, I was watching you negotiate the corners. I watched you test the upside, the downside of it. It appeared that everybody's having a lot of trouble going into 1 and 2. It may be a little wetter up there. What did it feel like to you?
Yeah, it was a little bit wetter. I think what a lot of it is, too, is that new crash wall in 1 and 2 has got everybody a little scared. So all I was trying to do is just set it hard and come off the bottom.
What are you running for a power plant into this Nova number 6?
It's a 30 over flat top 350.
So you're running flat top 10-1?
Yeah.
And running automatic 2-speed power glide, or you're running the other one?
I'm running the power glide.
Power glide, an excellent transmission for racing. Not a lot of those around anymore. You have trouble finding spares?
Yeah, luckily we accumulated 3 or 4, and we're going to keep on to keep a hold of them.
Great. I need one from IMCA modified. Hey, I don't have any spares. They are tough to find. Yeah, a few Gitas. What do those run right now in a used fashion?
To tell you the truth, the junkyards around town here really help us out. We're looking at $50 to $100 for a good transmission.
Excellent. Okay, is that redone, or is that just pulled out of a car?
That's pulled out of a car. We got to redo them ourselves.
But you know they're running. They've told you they were in a car that was running when you purchased.
Right.
Sponsors for 1996, a big part of racing, and a guy has a lot of trouble. He doesn't have a few people out there helping him out. Who do you have for your car this year?
Well, first of all, I've got Ron Diverse Automotive buying me whatever I need. I mean, if I need $1, I get it. I got Tony Leva towing me to the races. I'm lost here. I got Diverse Automotive again. I got it's a new sponsor. That's why I can't remember it. Grease Lightning Lube and Tune. There we go. I knew I'd get it.
I tell you, it's tough. You put on a spot like this. Race doctor didn't mean to put you on a spot like that. You know, I know at a race night the adrenaline starts pumping. You start concentrating for the competition in the evening, so you're not really geared up for all of this. But I hear the mini stocks getting ready to go out and pack the track. Have you had an opportunity to sample that clay yet tonight?
Yeah, it looks like it's sticking a little bit better. The track's coming together, being only the second week with it on the track. Everything's looking like it's coming together. Promoter's doing a hell of a job. Let's go racing.
All right, and your occupation and your marital status, Dana?
Married, got 1 kid. Both of them put up with me and sponsor the car. I work in a Jack's barbershop, cutting tons of hair.
I tell you what, can you do anything for the race doctor? He's getting a little long here and shaggy in the backside.
You bet. I'll take care of your hair. You take care of my facelift.
All right, again, the plastic surgeon hung himself. Dana Ritchie. Dana, thanks, bud.
Thanks, folks.
All right, we'll move around the pits here a little bit, and we'll be right back, so don't you dare go away. Looking back at the white number 6, hobby stock Dana Ritchie. Pit side with the winner of last week's main event in the modified street stocks, Honey Eddie Dale. Eddie, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I tell you what, a fine ride last week. You had a lot of competition out there. You finally worked yourself up in the front, saw some clear track, and away you went.
Yeah, I found a good tacky strip on the outside.
You had any problems with turns 1 and 2?
Not really. No, they just need to be worked in a little bit.
I know your chassis setup appeared to be different than some of the other ones. You ran a lot smoother in turns 1 and 2, but also I found that you were hooking up a lot better coming off turn 4. What was that all about?
I don't know, really. I run a lower gear file than the rest of them do, so I don't know. Maybe it just gets a better grunt coming out.
What kind of stagger are you able to pick up on these tires?
You can get 3 and 4 inches if you get some of the older tires, but I run straight up, so.
Is there a tire rule up here at Rocky Hill Speedway?
No, there's not.
So you can run McCreary, Hoosier, or whatever?
Yeah, we just put Hoosiers on my brothers tonight.
And of course, that's Ricky Dale. Ricky Dale finished back, I believe it was 5th in that main event last week. And how has he performed in the past? This is what, 2nd year?
Rookie year.
Rookie year. Oh, well, anytime you finish 5th in your rookie year in a main event, you're doing pretty good. So did you work on his chassis and help things straighten out for him?
We tried to do a little chassis adjustment. We got to do some more fine adjusting, but we ran out of time, so.
Well, I know how that is. Of course, seat time is one of the best chassis setups you can do. In watching Ricky, it appeared that he may have been down a little on power than yourself. Do you build both motors?
No, he built his own. I built mine, but he was having distributor trouble last week.
So maybe not hitting on all 8, eh?
He was crapping on top end.
So are we going to look for a repeat for this number 86 car, Eddie?
Let's hope so.
Any differences from last week's setup to this week?
None.
And what did the track feel like? I know you just came out. Your car's pretty well covered in some of this nice, sticky, dark mud.
It's pretty wet out there right now.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We look forward to you in the winner's circle. We do have a wireless mic here tonight, and if you are the winner, we'll go down and present you with the trophy and say hi to the race fans.
All right. Thanks.
All right. There you go. Honey Eddie Dale, the winner of last week's main event in the Modified Street, number 86. Pit side once again with the hard charger out of Ventura, the IMCA Modified number 9, Paul Moore. Paul, how you doing?
Good. Real good.
Nice to see you here again. Always a crowd pleaser for sure. And one of your prime men here in the stables of racing, Greg Kaufman. Greg, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice to see you here.
Thank you.
I tell you what, Paul was talking to me a little bit earlier about yourself. You've been with him for how many years?
This is our 6th year together.
6 years together, and I understand it's quite a winning combination in running the street stocks down in Ventura. How many years did you do that together?
5 years we did that together. Won 4 straight championships.
4 straight champions. I tell you what, that is definitely the winning combination. I've competed in the racing arenas for about 20 years around IMCA modifieds, hobby stocks, modified streets, mini stocks. And I've found that it does take a winning combination. It appears that you guys are on the right track. This is your first year for IMCA Modifieds, Paul?
Yeah, this is our first year in the modified division.
And how are you doing over the competition from the different tracks?
Oh, we've been crashing a little bit, but we're hanging in there. We're about middle of the pack right now.
What chassis are you running?
It's a home built chassis. We've built it and crashed it and rebuilt it and crashed it again.
Well, that's part of the race that makes the thrills and spills. Wow, what kind of chassis are you running? Are you running a 3-link?
We're running a 2-link with a torque arm. Pretty standard dirt chassis.
2-link with a torque arm. And do you utilize the offset rims?
Yeah, we run different offset rims for the track conditions. So we're learning about that right now.
Of course, for the race fans, the offset rims, that'll open up, make your front wheelbase a little wider, or likewise the rear end. You say if the track is wide and you have, or wet rather, and you're pushing a little bit, would your tendency be to widen the front wheel stance or shorten it?
Well, if the car was pushing, we'd move the right front end and maybe lower the tire pressure a little bit.
So you shorten up that front end a little bit, bring the wheels closer together.
That's what we do. I'm not sure that's right, but that's what works for us.
Well, of course, it's all science with your different chassis and different weights and how you got the weights placed, the 52% rear front weight or your cross weights. It makes a difference. I mean, a guy could go wide, has his weight different than you. It may work for him, but not for you. Greg, what do you guys look to do for beyond 1996? Of course, we're just in the beginning of this season here, and Paul has got a wonderful team together with you. What do you guys look for in the future, say maybe 5 years from now?
Well, we're going to stay in the IMC Modifieds for a few years, probably 3-4 more years at least. Money counts a whole lot. We'd like to maybe get into a late model eventually.
Of course, late models all over California having a little trouble with the finances. A lot of tracks have been shutting them down. IMCA has come in with a late model. They utilize the claim rule also on their motors, makes it more affordable. I think probably I've talked to a lot of drivers, they've gone in and out of late models and different cars, and they've found that the IMCA Modified seems to be the most fun and most affordable.
Seems to be, yeah. You can get into a good car for a reasonable amount of money.
What would you feel like, Greg, if IMCA would come in and change that motor claim rule? I know $325 is not anything. You can't even buy a block for $300. If they would come in and offer a claim for $500 or a swap of a motor, would you guys feel more inclined to support that kind of a deal?
I would I would favor a swap. At least you get something for your money.
Exactly right, because you end up with your motor claimed here. You don't have one in the garage or whatever, especially you're out traveling the road.
Stuck, yes.
Yeah. What the heck? Wake up, Boone City, Iowa. We want to get this here show growing, and that's the best way to do it. Keep motors in the cars. Greg Kaufman, it's a pleasure meeting you. Give me 5 there. Go out and have some fun. Paul Moore, always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you later.
All right, there you go. Paul Moore in the red number 9 car, sponsored by Roy Brothers Drilling, Performance Bodies, Seneco, Hooker Headers, and of course, Moore Fabrication, Carlson's Towing, and B&L Tire. Looking the race over, they maintain a side-by-side action. We'll look for the green out of turn 4. And Tom gives it. We're on the way. Green flag. First into turn 1, the number 16 car, Chris Patterson. And off turn 2, your leader. But up comes that hard charge of number 41, Chuck Nevels. Look out, mama. He's on the move. On the high side, the white number 39, Paul Lee, trying to make a bid for 3rd position, and he gets it as the 57 car, Mike Houston's off the pace into the infield. 1 lap down, 7 to go. Neville's a little bit loose into turn 2. Look out, he gathers it back up. Neville sounds like when he comes down the main straight, he's got a rev limiter on that. Patterson, your leader up front, goes into turn 1, followed by Neville's. But then you pick up the red 34 car. Now up into 3rd, that's Robbie Atchison. Ed Smith runs in that 4th position. Then you pick up Paul Lee. Mike Houston's off the racing surface. Neville starting to reel Patterson in. Gets loose off turn 4. Tastes that inside wall. Atchison getting sideways off 4, makes a nice exit. Trying to reel the front 2 leaders in, Patterson and Nevels. Laps winding down here, round 1 qualifiers. Nevels comes up close but picks up that inside berm. That'll upset the chassis. White flag action, 1 more time to go. Here comes the 41 car, Nevels. He's on the move. 1 more turn to go. Can Patterson hold him off? And your winner, Patterson. Nevels got to the rear bumper. He'll finish 2nd. Robbie Atchison 3rd. And a race for that 4th position will go to the number 7 car, Ed Smith, and finally the number 39 of Paul Lee. That's the corner toward your left. When that light goes out, that indicates that the starter has pronounced to the drivers that he is ready to lock and load. So Jim Rye sets the pace as RPM starts to build. Tom Cole sets him free. We're on the green. Ike Reed with a good muscle move down the main chute into turn 1. And off turn 2, your leader. Look out, the 77 car. Who touches a little virgin territory on that new Porterville. The driver there, Frank Molthen. Your leader, Ike Reed. Followed by Jim Rye, then the number 77, Frank Molthen. And then you pick up the 33 car, now up to 4th, Freddie Jackson. And Molthen, the 77 car, having trouble keeping it straight down the back chute. track surface right now, perfectly ideal for racing. Nice smooth surface, a lot of tacky clay out there, some of the new clay they've added here at Rocky Hill Speedway. Jim Rye now starting to close ground on your leader, Ike Reed. Jim Rye in the yellow 24 gets sideways up high at the apex of 1 and 2. Slows his pace up a little bit, allows the number 77 of Frank Moulton, or the number... No, that ain't Moulton. That's the number 12 of Mark Thompson. White flag action, one more time to go. Moulton on ice, if you will, as he comes off turn 2. Obviously the chassis not quite set up on that car yet. And your leader and winner off turn 4, the 21 car, Ike Reed. Finishing up second is the number 24 car of Jim Rye. Then the blue and silver number 12 car of Mark Thompson. And then finally the 33 car, Freddie Jackson. So there you can see the winner, the 21 car, Ike Reed. Oh boy, he's definitely got the class act here in the round 2 qualifier as he goes off the track. 8 laps. One thing that's kind of fun to do is jab your neighbor, if you will, next to you. Make a friendly wager, see if you can pick out the winner, or maybe you could just beat his pick as the lights are out. Bet one of those nice cold Bud Lights or a Coors Light, and lights out. We look for the green now out of turn 4. We go green. Adam Wren gets sideways, settles in for second as Joe Humphrey takes the lead. Look out, Gary Bredmont sideways into turn 2. He ends up in the infield up to third. Now you find the yellow number 12. Lloyd Clower, your leader Joe Humphrey, followed by Adam Wren. Clower, then the number 13 X car, Wayne Clifton. Look out, Adam Wren gets tangled up into turn 2. He picks up the yellow number 12 car and gets him sideways. That's Lloyd Clower. Clower looks like he's got a rear flat. And Adam Wren goes to the infield. Joe Humphrey starts stretching his lead out. A hard way to go through the corners, the number 12, as he breaks the right rear off. Look out, Humphrey, we go yellow. Joe Humphrey puts the hammer down. We're looking for the green. We go green. Side by side off turn 2. Gary Bredmont gets underneath Schaefer as John Introcaso makes an entrance into the infield. Humphrey, Clifton, and Bredmont, your front 3 runners. Introcaso again loops it into turn 2. Clifton now on the backside, gets high up in the turn 1 wall, up in the marbles, opens the door for Bredmont. Bredmont had to brake to avoid contact. That allows your leader, Joe Humphrey, to stretch a little higher as Clifton opens the door for Breadmont. Breadmont picks up that inside berm. A real battle coming to full right now for that second place between Breadmont and Clifton. Breadmont a little quicker coming into the corners. Door handle to door handle. Breadmont with a slight edge off of 4, but he gets up in the infield. Look out, mama. And Breadmont makes a transition. Now your leader, Joe Humphrey, followed by Breadmont. And then Wayne Clifton, Rick Schaefer. White flag, one more time to go. And here comes your winner off turn 4. Big hand for Joe Humphrey. Oh, Gary Breadmont second, Wayne Clifton third. I guess we'll give fourth to Rick Schaefer. Little shortcut there, but he finishes up. And then finally the number 5 of John Intricasso. Front row, the green number 4, your driver Virgil Morgan. There's a nice fan club for Virgil. Second row inside, you pick up last week's main event winner, the number 6 car. Your driver, Dana Ritchie. Next to Ritchie, you pick up the number 9 car, Benny Whitfield. Next row inside, the number 17 car, Jeff Smotherman. And then the last car is the number 60 car of Gary Halford, Uego Green. Frank Reed sets it into turn 1, off turn 2, your leader, Virgil Morgan, running strong second. Here comes Dana Ritchie and Smotherman. Smotherman picks that inside berm up. That'll slow you down. Side by side, Smotherman and the number 9 car making a bid. That's Benny Whitfield. Smotherman pushes. Benny Whitfield comes down low as Dana Ritchie gets past Virgil Morgan. Ritchie now running second, sets his eyes up front on the number 35 car, Frank Reed. Oh, look out, a sandwich job. Oh, boy. Oh, Virgil Morgan tasted the wall, opened the door between the number 9 and number 17, and up comes the number 60 car running third, Gary Halford. What a muscle move that was as we go yellow on the track. Oh, boy. I'd have to say that 60 car had the best seat in the house right then. How many think Frank Reed can hold Dana Ritchie off? RPM Bills, we look to go green, we go. Ritchie with the love tap going into 1. Reed up high, look out, Reed into the marbles. Pulls a 90-degree spin. Your leader now, Dana Ritchie, a very, very light touch. Some 50 feet prior to going into that corner, but Reed's chassis could not hold it. And he has it again happening in turn 4. Ritchie followed by the number 9 car running second as Gary Halford gets sideways. Whitfield running a strong second now behind Ritchie. Frank Reed kissing that inside wall. And once again, up high, Frank Reed into turn 2. Your leader now into turn 1, the white number 6, Dana Ritchie. Followed by Benny Whitfield. Look out, Frank Reed once again. He mentioned earlier that he had a bent ball joint or an A-arm, and apparently that's causing him some trouble right now. white flag action. And here comes your winner out of turn 4. The white number 6, Dana Ritchie. Benny Whitfield second, and Gary Halford third. Let's see if Frank Reed can make this corner. That A-arm definitely causing him some havoc, and he'll finish up 4th. So there's your winner coming down the main chute. The white number 6, last week's main event winner, and number 2 round qualifier here, Dana Ritchie. 6 car out of Porterville. That is Honey Eddie Dale. Second row inside, you pick up the number 18 car out of Lindsay. Your driver, Kevin Collier. Outside second row, you pick up the blue number 5. He makes his home right up here in Porterville. Big hand for Raymond Noland. Lights out, looking for the green. This time out of turn 4. Here we go, green. Eddie Dale, your leader off turn 2, followed by his younger brother, Ricky Dale. Then you find Ray Nolan and then Kevin Collier. The number 5 car, Ray Nolan, making a bid underneath the rookie, Ricky Nolan. He opens the door for him up high in the marbles. And Nolan and Collier get by. Ray Nolan and the number 5 car with a great exit off turn 2, starting to close the ground on your leader. Here comes the number 5, Eddie Dale, trying to hold back Ray Nolan. Nolan backs off the throttle momentarily as Eddie Dale had set his car down low. It backed off the accelerator. You can see that front end dive as Nolan got on the brakes momentarily. Kevin Collier, the red 18 car, takes his off the track out of turn 1. Oh, Nolan right on the rear bumper of Dale as they went through the corners. That says one thing, that Nolan's chassis were a little bit quicker in the corners, with Eddie Dale able to stretch it back out during the straightaways. White flag now, just one more time to go. Here comes your winner off turn 4. Big hand for Eddie Dale. Ray Nolan second. And the number 42 car, Ricky Dale, will finish up third. Front row outside, the number 19 car out of Wildemar, your driver Ronnie Sanders, and then out of Porterville, the number 16 car, Jeff Houston's. No green as Quentin, a little anticipatory of the green coming out of turn 4, had too much of a start on the rest of the cars. 2 jumps like that and they'll be put to the tail end. In this position, of course, 2 cars further back. A real NP here as the number 4 of Quentin and Sanders will set the pace. Lights out. We'll look for the green this time through. And we go green. Quentin with a nice pop out of the chute. One lap down. These three cars seem to be very, very well matched. Quinton, your leader, followed by Sanders and then Houston's. Power plant's very well matched. We'll see what the driver can do with the car. That'll be the difference in these three. Houston's now on the move on the backside of Sanders. As Sanders opens the door, Houston's takes a look under him. Bobby Quinton, your leader, off 4. Sanders out of the hole coming off turn 2, and up comes Houston's. Houston's now up to 2nd. Look out, Ronnie Sanders at the apex of 1 and 2, loops it in a 180 degree. Oh, Bobby Quinton in his rookie year about to put the master down. Sanders had trouble in turns 1 and 2 off the pace. Seven down, 1 more to go. Houston's backs it into turn 2, gets a little sideways. And here comes your winner off turn 4. Big hand for your winner, Bobby Quinton. Houston 2nd. First win ever for the number 4 car, Bobby Quinton, rookie driver. Keep your eyes on him out of Porterville. Let's hear it for Robbie McLaughlin. Lights out. We anticipate the green this time out of turn 4. Once again, your flagman, Tom Cole, looks them over. They look nice and tight. RPM builds. We go green. Reeves first into turn 1, off turn 2, your leader, followed by Smotherman, Cox, and then McLaughlin. Oh, look at the 16X. He sticks it deep into 3, pushes a little bit off 4. A little love tap on the backside of Reeves' car. Look out, mama. Cox gets sideways off 4, opens the door. McLaughlin goes to the high side. Cox down low. A bit up front as Smotherman makes a muscle move into 3. Smotherman makes the pass. Reeves drops down low. So we got Steve Smotherman, Jim Reeves, Buck Cox, and McLaughlin. IMCA modifieds weighing in around 2,400 pounds, fueled by alcohol methanol. The two-speed Power Glide is the choice of most IMCA modified drivers, though some do run Saginaw and the Muncie M2 Rock Crusher. As we go white flag, 1 more time to go. McLaughlin having a little trouble in the corners. Possibly that chassis setup not quite where he wants it yet. But looking back at turn 4, here comes your winner out of Porterville, Steve Smotherman. Jim Reeves 2nd, Buck Cox 3rd, and Robbie McLaughlin 4th. Here we're looking at the winner in that plum and yellow number 16 X car, a hard charger running all over the state. Steve Smotherman definitely took it to the front here tonight. Your winner of round 1 qualifier for the IMCA Modifieds. Second row inside, you pick up the 16 car. He drives an IMCA Modified and a Modified Street big hand for Jeff Houston's. And the number 45 car, John Carpenter. We go green. Carpenter driving a brand new chassis. He runs a 4-link with a torque arm, working some of the bugs out. First time on that chassis, as Scott Pound's your leader, Moore running second, Houston's third. Houston's up close to the wall, turns 1 and 2, gathers it back up. Listen to when the accelerator is put to the floor in that yellow and white number 1 car. Oh boy, off just momentarily, and he romps back on it, throws that rear end around just a little bit, and then rolls the accelerator. Four down, 4 to go. Pounds, Moore, Houston's, and Carpenter. John Carpenter out of Hanford loops it out of turn 2. Not quite got that chassis set up right, but that's what he's out here tonight for, trying to work some of the bugs out of that new suspension. White flag action one more time around. The dominant force, the number 1 car, the Milodon Special. Scott Pound spanking some booty here tonight. And there he comes, the Rocket Man, your winner, Scott Pounds. Paul Moore, the red number 9, finishing second. Jeff Houston's third. And then the new chassis, the 45 car, John Carpenter. Patterson sets the pace. Next to him, Ike Reed. This will be a 4-lap dash for the cash. And we go green. Chris Patterson first into turn 1, off turn 2 your leader, followed by Ike Reed, but up comes Chuck Nevels. Nevels on the high side, looks up high, drops back low into 3. Nevels with a power move on the high side makes the transition to second. Can Patterson hold that fast black 41 car back? He did it earlier. Let's see if he can do it again. White flag one more time around. Patterson, Nevels, Reed, and Nye. Look out, Nevels underneath the Patterson off turn 2. Nevels sticking close, Velcroed side by side into 3. Patterson able to stick forward a little bit. And your winner, it's going to be, Chris Patterson by a hood. Nevels second. And of course, there's your winner of the Trophy Dash, the 16 car, Chris Patterson. All right, lights are out. Joe Humphrey sets the pace. Dana Ritchie on the top side. RPM Bills, we go green. Ho, Ritchie with a power move. Sticks it deep into turn 1. Breadmont gets underneath Humphreys momentarily. Off turn 2, your leader, Ritchie, followed by Humphrey, Breadmont, and then Whitfield. Strong race for second place right now between Breadmont and Humphrey. Humphrey closes the door on Breadmont. Breadmont pops up a little higher, then drops down low off 4. Contact made between Breadmont and Humphrey at Bakersfield and Porterville with a shootout. And Breadmont makes that transition off turn 2. Dana Ritchie, your leader, off 4. A good 10 car lengths advantage over Breadmont right now. Whitfield gets in the rear quarter panel of Humphrey. And your winner, Dana Ritchie, followed by Gary Breadmont, Joe Humphrey, and Benny Whitfield. And of course, that's your winner, Dana Ritchie. All right, lights out. Honey Eddie Dale sets the pace. We go green. Eddie Dale first into turn 1. Off turn 2, your leader, followed by Quentin and Ricky Dale third. Eddie Dale drives a nice tight line into 3 and off 4, keeping that door closed, letting the number 4 car Quentin know if he's going to pass, he'll have to go to the high side. White flag one more time around. And here comes your winner off turn 4, Eddie Dale. Bobby Quentin second and Ricky Dale third. Next up, Trophy Dash for the IMCA Modifieds. So this particular starting grid, normally IMCAs don't run a Trophy Dash. They drew a P, and that's how they were relegated into this starting position as the lights are out. Scott Pounds will set the pace. Outside front row out of Ventura will be Paul Moore. A low, slow rolling start here. No green. Very, very slow on that start. Scott Pounds was the first to accelerate. Moore lagged back a little bit. Your starter, Tom Cole, said, nope, not right, Buckwheat. Get it lined up square and even off turn 4. We'll think about going green. Watch me. I'm the one that starts this race. Once again, lights out. Anticipate the green out of 4. Still a very slow start. And we go green. Oh, a quick start. Pounds quickly up front into turn 1, off turn 2, your leader. Buck Hawks making a bit of that second position. Catches inside berm and falls back. Paul Moore runs second. Track condition definitely changing as you see the IMCA Modified start pushing up a little higher, looking for a little more moisture up toward the cushion. Pounds running the second groove, more down low. White flag, one more time to go. Pounds way up high in a turn when everybody follows. Oh, Jim Reeves loops it out, gathers it back up. And here's your winner off turn 4, the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. I believe the driver of that is Jack Henry at Jack's Barbershop. That's definitely bad to the bone. Jack Henry bringing our trophy girl out right now. Patricia McCarthy. Patricia, 20 years old, goes to Porterville College. She's interested in physical therapy. She's lived here for 12 years in Porterville, and her parents own Bernie's Auto Wrecking, and they look forward to races here every Friday night. Is Dana giving away free haircuts? First, I want to get a quick word over here with this monster and this beautiful car, this 52 Chevrolet. Jack, what is this thing powered by? Small block Chevrolet V8, a 350, and powered by a tranny, what, automatic? 400 automatic. Beautiful car. Who did your graphics and paintwork on it? Donnie Walton. I tell you what, Donnie Walton, Walton Construction, we also want to say thank you to those guys for coming out here and providing a lot of track work, putting this track together here with this beautiful new racing surface as we go down with a presentation. Winner of the Trophy Dash, big round of applause for Dana Ritchie. Dana, I tell you what, last week you won the, let's get the important stuff first. Hang around, I might want some of that too, girl. Dana, I tell you what, last week you won a great main event win, and here tonight you're running in the Trophy Dash. You spanked booty. You did well in the qualifier. What does the track conditions feel like tonight from last week? It looked like it was a little wet last week. What did it feel like?
Last week it was pretty good. Now it's a little wet up on the top and it started dry slick through the turns.
A little dry slick. Would you opt to bring a light load of moisture out on the track, or you want to leave it just like it is?
I'd probably leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Big hand for Dana Ritchie. All right, now we got a winner here. This is his first Trophy Dash ever, a rookie driver driving the mini stock to a great win in the 16 car, Chris Patterson. Chris, I tell you what, we missed you last week. I talked to you a little bit earlier here, and you said you were out playing golf instead of racing?
Yeah, I had to go play some golf down south, so.
What's your handicap?
Not too good.
Chasing a little white ball. Which do you prefer, chasing a little white ball or racing?
Racing's pretty nice.
Pretty nice, especially when you're in the victory circle, right?
You bet.
There you go. How about a nice round of applause for your winner, Chris Patterson. And we move over to this man here. I'll tell you what, this guy is an old partner of mine. We've been in campaigning for many, many years. Eddie Dale, you also won the main event last week. You appear to be a definite dominant force out here at the Rocky Hill Speedway. What do you think? These race fans ready for another one?
God, I hope.
We're going to look for a repeat in the Modified Street Main?
I hope so.
And let's talk about your sponsors here for 1996, Eddie.
Okay, I got Jim Hughes, and he helps me out quite a bit, and Mr. Ron Diverse from Diverse Automotive helps me out. BB's Truck and Auto, he helped me out a lot last year, and I got Mountain View Auto Wrecking.
Well, I tell you what, you got your rookie younger brother coming up, Ricky Dale, and you were telling me a little history in the pits here. Your dad is going to come back out here and compete against you, so we'll have father and two sons in the Modified Streets. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And how soon is that going to be?
Hopefully in a few weeks.
Now, has your dad competed before?
About 20 years ago.
About 20 years ago. Do you think you're the KG veteran that go out and spank his booty?
Of course.
Big hand for your winner, Honey Eddie Dale. And over here we got, last but least, of course, the Strong Charger, the 94 national champion. He wins the Trophy Dash here in the IMCA Modified. He won the championship Bakersfield Speedway in the late model for 1995. Scott Pounds, how you doing?
I'm doing real well.
I tell you what, you out there definitely kicking some booty. What does the track feel like to you tonight as compared to last week?
It's real good. I don't think it's going to be quite as fast as far as coming out of the turns, but we'll put on a good show.
I noticed during the trophy dash here, you appeared to be running the upper groove a little higher, and in the qualifier you stayed down low. Was there a reason for that?
That's the reason why I ran the trophy dash. So I was going to see if I can move around and find me a line.
All right, there you go. How about a big round of applause for the Rocket Man, Scott Pound. And the kind of thing we do out here each and every year. Number 21 car, no stranger to this track. Big round of applause for Ike Reed. Second row inside the number 41 car. Hard charge himself. Keep your eyes on him. Big hand for Chuck Nevels. Next row outside the number 24 car.
Lights out.
Your driver, Jim Rye. Third row inside, you pick up the number 34 car. As lights go out, that's Robbie Atchison. That car for sale. RPM starts to build. We anticipate the green. We go green. '16 car, Chris Patterson, first into turn one. Ike Reed gets hammered on the backside by Nevels. Reed stranded on the infield. Apron out of turn two. Are we going yellow or are we staying green? That's the question. We go yellow.
You want to do a complete restart or do you want to bend line?
Also in the lineup, we'll pick up the number 12 car.
Complete restart. Okay.
That is Wes Cox. All right, you see the lights are out. We'll anticipate a green this time. Chris Patterson and Ike Reed will keep the front row close. And we go green. Nevels with a love tap on Patterson. Nevels on the move, goes up to second. Your leader, Chris Patterson. Nevels drops down low, an early contender as Patterson able to stretch that lead back. Ike Reed sideways off turn 4. Robbie Atchison now up to 4th. The number 12 car loops it out of turn 2. Wes Cox. Nevels all over Chris Patterson down the main chute. Feature. Nevels puts a move on Patterson off 4. Patterson tries to keep it down low off of 4, opens the door as Nevels gets sideways. Ike Reed runs third in that white number 21, then Robbie Atchison Jr. right on his backside. Atchison takes a look under Reed, can't pull the trigger. Body parts waving in a breeze off that white number 21 car. He comes off turn 4. That fight for third place on the track. See the number 24 car off of turn 2, right behind him the white 7 of Ed Smith. Your leader off turn 2. Now look at a lap traffic collision. Oh, look out. Patterson negotiating through would-be lap traffic. Gets past the 57 car of Houston's. Now looks at the backside of Frank Molthen. Patterson down low, Molthen up high. Patterson makes the pass. Nevels glued to his bumper. Oh boy. question on everybody's mind right now, can the rookie driver in the 16 car Patterson hold off hard charger Neville's? Patterson opens the door. Neville's got his quarter panel in. Oh, look out. We're in the 10th lap. 10 down this time around, 10 to go. The 16 car Patterson, your leader, followed by Neville's. Ike Reed runs third. Robbie Atchison fourth. That car for sale. Oh, and Atchison takes his car off the track. Atchison was running fourth and goes off the racing surface. Your leader coming out of turn 2 looks at the backside of would-be lap traffic. Ed Smith, and up comes Neville's. Lap traffic played a big part in Neville's move. Patterson got excited. Oh, Patterson loops it out of 4. Your leader now off turn 2, the black 41 of Neville's, followed by the 16 of Patterson, then the 21 car of Ike Reed. Neville's now looking at a whole bunch of cars in front of him into turn 2, or turn 1. Makes contact. Now he looks at the backside of Dudley Reed in the 98 car. And the number 77 car, Frank Molson, up lame out of turn 2. We go yellow on the track for him. All right, we go green. The 33 car making a bid underneath of Ike Reed. The number 98 car, Dudley Reed, now on the move as he comes up through the pack. Starting way in the back as Ike Reed falls off the pace. Oh, what was that about? Lost the handle out of turn 2. 57 car down a lap. Running third is the 33 car, Freddie Jackson. Then you pick up the number 98 car, Dudley Reed, running fourth. White flag being shown to your leader, Chuck Neville's. Oh, look out. The 57 car kisses the wall out of 4, Mike Houston's. Here comes your winner out of turn 4. Big hand for Chuck Neville's. Chris Patterson second. Here comes the 33 car, Freddie Jackson. He'll take third. 39 car, Paul Lee, and the number 98 car of Dudley Reed. So a real fine drive by the number 41 car, Chuck Neville's. After last week's competition, he looked really good out there. He chased the 16 car around in the qualifying heat as well as the trophy dash. Not quite enough time for him to reel him in, but this race here, compliments of lap traffic, was able to scruff off the leader behind the number 7 of Ed Smith to take the lead and never look back. Your winner, the number 41 car, Chuck Neville's, as he takes it to the pit. Next to Schaefer, the number 35 car, your driver, Frank Reed, out of Hanford. Next car up, the beautiful yellow with red flames Nova. The number 5 car is Joe Introcaso. Or John Introcaso, I'm sorry.
Next to the console, you pick up the green number 4 car, the driver Virgil Morgan. I've yet to see Morgan on the starting grid. Also in the lineup, you pick up the number 13X car. That driver is Wayne Clifton. The 17S is Jeff Sutherman. The number 12 car next to the lineup, Lloyd Flower. Lloyd, it was told that if you lose this main event, your niece is going to come out and pull your ponytail. Next in the lineup is the number 15 car, Reddy Atchison. And then finally you pick up the number 24 car's lights are out. We get ready to go green. Wayne Kaufman. That actually is Adam Grant. No green. So coming up out of the mini stocks in this main event here, we go green. Dana Ritchie and Humphreys moving. Gary Redmond takes a look early underneath. Oh, look at Redmond. Larry's on it in turn 1. On turn 2, he runs second. Dana Ritchie. Will Humphreys and Daniel Eading. Vinny Whitfield and Rick Schaefer. Obviously running a little later tonight, was unable to make the qualifiers. Car not quite completed yet. Jeff Sutherland, RPM Bill, Tom Coleman looks over. We go green. Atchison pushed a little high out of turn 2. Get out with Schaefer at the apex of 1 and 2, and John Henderson also finds himself in the infield. Action going into turn 1. Redmond right on the backside of Ritchie. Ritchie with the hammer down, trying to get Redmond on his backside. Keep in mind that car was the car that flipped over last Friday night out here to turn 2. Picked the right front tire up on that wall and flipped it on over. They didn't realize they had a bit A-arm until they got here to see it, and no spare parts, so he's driving with a little handicap there, bit A-arm. A little tough to make that car hook up through the corners. That's
The move. We go green. Redmond, oh, he gets sideways off of 4. And Frank Reed on the high side, working over your last place runner, John Introcaso. He makes the pass. There we can see action up front with your front 2 runners, Dana Ritchie and Gary Bredmont. Boy, these guys are just running away from the rest of the pack. 3rd place runner some 10 car lengths behind these 2. Bredmont, if he could keep his car off that inside berm out of 4, he'd probably start closing ground, but he keeps coming repetitively out of turn 4 with that left front down on the apron. Now we're looking back at that 4th and 5th place runner. There's the 5T of. Right behind him is the 13 car, Daniel Eady. Joe Humphrey is the 5T. Your leader's into turn 3. Breadmont takes a look underneath the Dana Ritchie. But he can't put the mustard on the doggy as Ritchie keeps that hole shut through 1 and 2, opens it up briefly. Joe Humphreys off the track, side-by-side racing action off turn 2. Benny Whitfield with a muscle move. Whitfield gets on the inside of Eady, and Whitfield up to 3rd. And here comes the number 24 car, Adam Wren. Wren now up to 4th. Turn 3 action, Breadmont underneath of Ritchie. And Breadmont can't hold his chassis straight and falls back once again. Oh, Breadmont, keep your car off that inside berm out of 4. You may reel Ritchie in. The number 9, Benny Whitfield running 3rd. Adam Wren right on his backside. Then you pick up Daniel Eady. And then you find the number 12 car in the lineup, Lloyd Clower. Something has gone away on the number 1P car of Gary Breadmont. He falls back, still running 2nd, but Dana Ritchie definitely out front spanking booty now. These 2 cars with a full straightaway on the rest of the field. Down a lap, the 35 car of Frank Reed. Your leader off turn 4, now looking at lap traffic. Rick Schaefer makes a muscle move underneath the 13X car. Redmond makes a daring move going into 3, getting past lap traffic, trying to stay hooked up with your leader, Dana Ritchie. Ritchie looks at the back section of Rick Schaefer's 44 car. And another spin out by Frank Reed in turn 2. And Schaefer gets sideways out of 4. White flag shown to the white number 6, Dana Ritchie. Gary Breadmont starting to close ground, but a long way for him to close it in 2 corners. Unless that lap traffic, John Entricasso makes a play on him. Here comes your winner off turn 4, 2 in a row, Dana Ritchie. Gary Breadmont 2nd. The number 9 of Benny Whitfield 3rd. Adam Wren in the 24 car 4th. Daniel Eady 5th. And I believe the number 12 of Lloyd Clower finishes up 6th. That's the unofficial rundown at this point. But definitely your winner out front, making it a repeat, Dana Ritchie. What's going on here now? Outside front row, rookie driver in the orange number 4, big hand for Bobby Quinton. Second row inside the blue number 5 car, hard charger himself, big hand for Ray Noland. The number 16 car, also out of Porterville, young 18-year-old driver showing double duty here tonight with an IMCA modified and a modified street. Big hand for Jeff Houstons. Next row inside, the number 42 car, also a rookie driver, comes to us by the Dale family. Big hand for Ricky Dale. Hey, Cole, what's going on, buddy? Outside of Ricky Dale, the number 19 car comes to us out of Wildemar, California. Big hand for Ronnie Sanders. And the red number 18 car next in the lineup comes to us out of Lindsay, California. Hard charger, big hand for Kevin Collier. Lights out. RPM starts to build as we'll anticipate the green out of turn 4. Cole. Tom Cole sets him free. We go green. Side by side into one. Ho, Quentin up high, Eddie Dale down low. Quentin got up in the marbles. Couldn't hold them up. 3 abreast down the back chute. Ho, mama. Jeff Houston's Ray Nolan and Bobby Quentin. Oh, my. Quentin comes out second, Nolan third. Houston's on the high side, door handle to door handle with Nolan. And here comes the red 18 of Collier. Collier up to 4th. My. Look out. Here we go. 2 abreast into turn 1. Nolan up high, drops down low out of turn 2. Nolan with a lot of muscle gets underneath of Quentin. Nolan turns his car early. Quentin pushes high. Out of 4, we're still glued like Velcro. Collier with a slide job on Quentin. Now moves up to 3rd. Houston working on the inside of Quentin. A fight for that 4th place. Honey Eddie Dale up front, spanking booty. A good 4-car lengths advantage over Nolan. And Collier all over his backside. Nolan and Collier now starting to reel Honey Eddie Dale in. Ronnie Sanders running 5th. Bobby Quentin back to 6th, and then Ricky Dale. Look out, Jeff Houston's with a muscle move into 3. He drops down low. Ray Nolan looks on the high side of Eddie Dale into turn 1, and here comes Collier. Collier gets past Nolan. Collier put the mustard on a doggy, spread it thin, and he comes up running 2nd. He gets in the side of Eddie Dale. Look out, mama, we're locking horns. Eddie Dale's trying to show him how the hog eats a cabbage. Houston's down low, Collier up high. A real battle up front with those top 5 runners. Eddie Dale keeps the door closed out of 4. Collier up high, Houston's drops down low. Nolan sits back in that 4th position. Eddie Dale wisely keeps that door shut off of turn 4. Collier up high. Houston's comes down low, makes contact with Collier. Honey Eddie Dale driving a marvelous race, keeping that door closed. Here comes Houston's with a muscle move into 3. He got underneath the Collier momentarily, makes contact off turn 4. Oh boy, what a battle up front. Houston's once again takes a look underneath Collier. They make contact. Houston's with the love tap on the backside of Collier. Houston's running 3rd, Collier 2nd. Honey Eddie Dale 1st. A battle that won't quit up front. The gladiators of the arena are kicking booty. Collier looks to the high side, down the back chute. He sticks it in a deep into turn 3. Eddie Dale keeps the door closed. Houston's looks underneath the Dale. Here comes Collier on the high side. Look out, mama, turn 1. Oh boy, Collier opened the door now. Houston's run 2nd. Collier back to third, and Nolan now takes a look at him. Ray Nolan in the blue number 5, the best seat in the house. Eddie Dale holding on. Collier runs second. Houston's third. Honey Eddie Dale now looking at the backside of his younger brother, a rookie driver in the 42 car. That could be a major play in this victory. The question on everybody's mind, can Eddie Dale hold off these other 3 runners? Gets past lap traffic. $16 down, 4 to go. Oh boy, can Eddie Dale hang on? With Collier and Houston's banging on each other, that gives assurance to Eddie Dale that he'll have a little more ground to live with. Houston's on muscle move, sticks it deep into 3. Collier pushes, Houston's gets sideways. Here comes Ray Nolan. Ha ha! Oh, what do you think, race fans? I think we got 3 more to go. Can Eddie Dale hold on? He keeps the door closed. Collier takes a look at him, and here comes Nolan up to third. Houston's back to fourth. Ronnie Sanders out of Willamar runs fifth. Collier underneath of Eddie Dale off turn 4. And here comes Nolan one more time around Ray. Nolan looks at the top side of Collier. Dale keeps the door closed. Collier, car length behind. Here comes Nolan. Who's it gonna be? Your winner, Eddie Dale. Kevin Collier second, Ray Nolan third, Jeff Houston's fourth, Ronnie Sanders fifth, and Ricky Dale sixth. Oh my mama, what a battle we had out there. And again, Eddie Dale makes it a repeat 2 weeks in a row. Your winner of the modified street stock, the number 86 car, Honey Eddie Dale. Oh boy, what a race we had. Car out of Hanford. Big round of applause for Jim Reeves. Scheduled outside front row, the red number 9 car, sponsored by Moore Construction out of Ventura. Big hand for Paul Moore. Second row inside, the number 16 car, the plum and yellow car, comes to us out of Porterville. Big hand for Steve Smotherman. Second row outside, he was your 1994 national champion, sponsored by Milodon and Powerhouse, comes to us out of Bakersfield. Big round of applause for the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. Third row inside, you pick up the number 87 car, sponsored by Victory Lane Fast Lubrication. Your driver, Buck Cox. Outside third row, the number 16 car, sponsored by Houston's Law Office. Big hand for Jeff Houston's, the number 22 car out of Porterville. Robbie McLaughlin, and then John Carpenter. We go green. Paul Moore on the high side, Reeves down low. Reeves comes out your leader. Moore runs second. Scott Pounds with a love tap on the backside of Moore running third, and then Steve Smotherman. Scott Pounds on the inside, Moore up high, and Pounds now up to second. Track starting to go dry slick out of turn 2 and 4. You'll see these guys start driving up a little higher. Here comes Scott Pounds up in the upper groove. Reeves gets loose and Pounds makes the move. Scott Pounds now your leader in turn 1. Jim Reeves runs second. Paul Moore third. Steve Smotherman fourth. Jeff Houston's, and now Robbie McLaughlin. A fight for sixth with Buck Cox, and Cox able to hold him off. Pounds opens the door. Reeves was unable to make a move on him. Jim Reeves takes a look underneath Pounds. Pounds stuttered for a moment. Reeves took a look at him. Pounds opened up that door. He runs the second groove, getting real slippery down low. Moore and Smotherman with a real battle for that third place. Pounds continues to run that upper groove. IMCA Modified starting to lift up toward the cushion now, looking for a little moisture in that track. As Steve Smotherman trying to get underneath the Moore. Moore runs the red number 9 car. And Robbie McLaughlin still battling door handle to door handle down the back chute into turn 3. McLaughlin with a muscle move moves up to 5th. Out of turn 2, Jim Reeves, oh, he took a look at Pounds and almost did it. And Buck Cox comes back. A real battle brewing for that 5th spot. Look out, mama, they make contact, drift high up in a 4. Jeff Houston's currently running 7th. Look out, Buck Cox drifts out of turn 4, makes contact with Robbie McLaughlin, and up jumps Jeff Houston's to 5th. And we go yellow for debris sitting over in turn 4. I'll tell you folks, a real battle going on out there between the red 22 of Robbie McLaughlin in the number 45 car. Brand new chassis running a 4-link with a torque arm. That's John Carpenter, also out of Hanford, trying to shake some of the bugs out of his chassis. RPM builds. Here we go, Green. Look out, Reeves gets a little sideways off turn 2. Track starting to go dry slick. A whole different style of driving is involved with that. Pounds, no newcomer to a dry slick track. Most all your sprint car drivers love a dry slick track as Houston's falls off the pace. Robbie McLaughlin now up to 5th. Reeves with that right rear tire up in the cushion, trying to find a little moisture, hooked up with some good RPM. John Carpenter loops it out of turn 4 and gets it refired. Look out, lap traffic, 45 car Carpenter. And the 87 car is black flag. That's Buck Cox out of Bakersfield. Oh, Reeves up high, close to the wall, working up them marbles a little bit. As Scott Pounds now checks out a good 8 car lengths advantage over the 0 car, Jim Reeves. White flag this time by. Scott Pounds picks it up. Here comes your winner off turn 4. The number 1 car, the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. The 0 car, Jim Reeves second, Paul Moore out of Ventura third, Porterville, Steve Smotherman, and then Robbie McLaughlin and John Carpenter and Jeff Houston's. Oh boy, what a battle raged up front for a long time between Pounds and Reeves. The number 1 car, Scott Pounds, your winner. Finishing second, the 0 car of Jim Reeves out of Hanford area. The number 9 car of Paul Moore finishing up third out of Ventura. And finishing fourth, the number 16 X car of Steve Smotherman out of Porterville. Claim rule involved on the IMCA modifieds. They'll go sit into the infield for 5 minutes. Anybody can claim their motor for $325. Anybody finishing on the same lap, 5th place and back. And it appears no other driver has moved out on the track to do that. Mechanics race is what we got going here. This will be a 5-lap mini stock mechanics race. The guys that do all the wrench turning, if you will, getting greasy, doing all the grunt work, their opportunity to sit behind the cockpit and see what it feels like to pilot these fast-moving mini stocks. Lights out as we anticipate the green out of turn 4. And these are mechanics, so you see their pace is quite slower right now as Chris Wiggins sets the pace. We go green. Oh, there's the 39 car of Ray Hick. Hick jumps up in the lead. He's the first into turn 1, followed by the number 21 car, Bob McDonald. Oh, McDonald loops it out of turn 2. Ha ha! Find the mustard, put it back on the doggy guy. Your leader off turn 4, Ray Hick, followed by Rick Wells in the 33 car as we go on to yellow for the 21 car. That's Ike Reed's car. Bob McDonald, mechanic for that car. The original green for the 39 car, Ray Hick. We see if he can pull that maneuver off again. And we go green. And there he goes. Complete repeat with Hick, McDonald, and Wells. Wells coming after him. Look at, oh boy, Bobby McDonald with a muscle move. Jumps up front out of turn 4. He's your leader. The number 33 car, Rick Wells. Look out, he's in the infield catching up some loose stuff. The 39 car, Ray Hick, he runs second. Third is Rick Well. And fourth, the number 12 of Chris Wiggins. But up front, Bobby McDonald. No newcomer to racing. He's been racing for many, many years. Hasn't been behind the wheel in one of these things in a long time, as the 33 car, Rick Wells, loops it out of 4. Bobby McDonald into turn 3. He's your leader in the 21 car, followed by the 39 Ray Hick. Look out, mama. Oh, the 39 car up high, Ray Hick. And he gets past McDonald for the win. Oh, mama. The 39 car made a muscle move high into 4. Makes the pass, and Ray Hick wins. Puts Bobby McDonald down to second in the 21 car. And somebody stopped over there waiting for the movie to start, but no movie screen over there. That's the 33 car of Rick Wells. Oh, great. That's good fun. I tell you, it's great for the mechanics to get an opportunity to jump behind the wheel of a race car. All All right, sports fans, the curtain falls again on another great evening up here at Rocky Hill Speedway. I tell you, not a lot of cars that were here this evening, but what was here put on a spectacular show in all divisions. We appreciate all you winners that were successful here, including Dana Ritchie, Scott Pounds taking the IMCA Modified, Honey Eddie Dale winning his second main event in a row, as well as, of course, Dana Ritchie, and the winner of the main event for the mini stocks here tonight, the number 41 car, Chuck Nevels. So the same show we're going to bring to you next Saturday. We'll have the mini stocks, the IMCA Modifieds, the Modified Streets, and the Hobby. So until next Saturday, on behalf of Isaac Vallejo, Jack Henry, Jeff Christensen, and myself, Mike Mosher, the race doctor, along with Jam and Jamie, we say good night to y'all. Take care, and may God bless each and every one of you. And remember, I love racing. Yeah.